Every year for the last 4 years, I've designed a stamp to edition the prints that I put out that year. I got the inspiration for this by looking at Japanese printmakers and artists like Hokusai and Toyokuni, who edition their artworks with Hanko stamps. Over the years, I've designed a number of stamps, including a factory, a cormorant, a dog, and a demon. And in today's video, I'm going to design my stamp for 2024. Now, we are pretty late into the year. I usually design these stamps at the start of the year, but if I'm being totally honest, I'm a little bit burnt out. I recently had a really good chat with a friend about feeling some sort of content fatigue, and because of this, I've been trying to spend a lot more time in human meat space. This has meant going to the theatre, seeing more live music, going to exhibitions, and doing a lot more reading. I've read a lot of books this year, and I'm really enjoying consuming something that takes a lot more time and isn't fed to me algorithmically. Whilst reading this small zine, I stumbled across a really great quote, and I think it's a good jumping off point to start designing my rubber stamp. An artist publisher must ask themselves, am I making future trash? Where is this object going to live, and for how long will it last? Will it be meaningful enough to resist the landfill? Will it be beautiful enough to remain on the shelf? Will this be the sort of object someone will want to keep when they move apartments? Will libraries, collectors, or archives deem it necessary for their collections? In this way, artist publishers can create sustainability through meaning. When I read that, I felt like it resonated heavily with my print practice and also my own personal relationship with capitalism. I feel like stamping prints with some sort of paraphrase of that quote is a good reminder to the owner of that print to think twice about disposing of it. Now, I've whittled that piece of text down to 3 punchy words. You might be wondering why 3 punchy words, and that is because I recently read this book about PowerPoint, and there's a really great section about the power of words, particularly when they're in threes. Now, I've tried several iterations, but I feel like the simplest form of that quote is not future trash. When thinking about this phrase, images of scrunched up paper, bins, dumpster lorries, and trash come to mind. But I feel like this is a bit obvious. So I went a bit method and I went through all of the bins in the studio space that I share with other people. And I found an apple core. And I thought that maybe an apple was the perfect image to accompany that piece of text. Why the apple? Well, the apple has a really strong graphic. It also has really interesting historical context when it comes to classical art. Now I had an idea for the image, I needed to put pen to paper and get designing. I started by drawing the apple from life about 100 times as I tried to work out interesting ways to describe the apple. I then scanned in my favourite and started cleaning it up. Once the design was finished, I then ordered the stamp online. I then patiently waited a few days for the stamp to arrive. Once the stamp had arrived, I pulled it out the packaging and gave it a go. Here is my stamp for editioning all the prints I'll make in 2024. I guess now I need to design some bloody prints. That was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to swing it a like, make sure to subscribe too, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.